Hello, audio community around the world. Welcome back to my studio. I'm Paul. This is the place where we talk about music mixing, mastering, sound design, game audio, and more. Guys, it's very simple. D16 has just released LuSH-2, which is an update to LuSH-101 synth that has been there for over a decade, I think. And yeah, we have to ask a question. Is it worth the upgrade from LuSH-101? This is the aim of today's test. Let's go. And of course, as always, if you think this channel is a cool place, if you like my vids, if you like my studio, you can always subscribe right here, support me right here. You can also leave me a like and a comment to ignite a new discussion down below. Thanks. Alright guys, I'm ready. But before we start, please remember that today I'm gonna again unfortunately be using this small keyboard because my new FP10 had to go for a repair. There was a problem with one of the keys. So before you criticize me, I can't play. Bear in mind, I just have 2 octaves of a very small keyboard in front of me. What I also have in front of me are the synths we're gonna test out today. And as I'm trying to make my tests kind of precise, maybe not scientific, I decided to make chapters like topics for comparison. And these are gonna be layout and controls, oscillators, filter, effect section, performance, so the CPU consumption, and maybe some other if I discover them on my way through. Guys, that's it. We're gonna open the window with LuSH-101. I know it quite well. I've been using it for quite some time. As I said, it's more than a decade old. So is there a big difference in terms of layout and controls comparing to LuSH-2? Let's find out. Boom. I can tell you right away that there is not much difference at all. Let's open the old LuSH-101. Yeah, so I got more kind of a contrast with the previous version. The second version is kind of lighter, but it's very, very similar. I have to tell you, I've got 8 layers here. I've got 8 layers here. I've got a preset browser here. I'm going to browse here. Yeah, so I've got singles and multiples in folders. In the new version, it's... Okay, this is a tag system, rather. I can turn it off. Yes. Okay, single zone, let's go for single bass. Bass 30, are the presets the same? Babbage bass, bass 30, yes! The presets from the previous version have been ported to the new version. This is also kind of a cool info. Plus new presets. We're gonna test out the presets. Are they really the same? We're gonna test it out maybe later. Okay, so the browser was folder-based here while it's tag-based here. I prefer folders, but I can also easily work with tags. No problem. What's next? I've got pitch sync here. I've got pitch and hard sync separately here. I've got pulse here. I've got source mixer, oscillator. We're gonna search through it later on. I've got filter section, HPF, HPH arpeggiator, which looks more modern, let's say, in the new version. Then I got band, wheel, amp, envelope 1, envelope 2, LFO 1, LFO 2. Guys, it's the rework, it's the surface rework of the same synth. If you ask me, is there any upgrade in this manner in LuSH-2? No, there's just facelifting of what we already had. Let's see how about modulation matrix. So I had a source, like adding it from here, a modulation expression, blah, blah, blah. And then I had a lot of destinations, like really a lot of destinations were available here. And here, modulation matrix. Okay, so I have my modulators, 9 of them here, so then I can add my destination here, also a lot of them. Yeah, and I had also 9 modulators here. Well, also a rework, a facelift of some kind, I would say. Then I've got master mixer, which I didn't really like because everything is very packed up tightly. It's clunky, it's not really... I didn't like it, and maybe it's cleaner here, like, yes, it is. Okay, so there is a bit more of face lifting here, because I've got an EQ, for example, here, and what about EQ here? Probably I have to click, yes, I click edit, So it's not like one layer, like one level of editing. There are sub editing like menus, surfaces. So I have to click to get deeper on a deeper edit level for the mixer. We'll see whether the rest works like this. So I've got compressor here, I've got EQ here, reverb, delay, chorus, sense, which I had here. Okay, so it's like a trade-off. It was clunky before, it's cleaner now, but I have to click deeper to get there. And then I had reverb, delay, chorus here, and I have reverb, delay, chorus on 3 strips on the panel, like integrated fully. Also, a rework may be a bit deeper, but mainly it's quite the same. I've got options here with the new version, MIDI, host automation, GUI, theme, 4 themes, blue. Okay, dark gray, red. Let's get back to the default skin anyway, guys. Yeah, that's it. I've got options here. Frankly, that was more handy, like having a window for options. Easier than just having this drop-down menu of this kind, right? Not much of a difference, as we said. Some face lifting, I would say. Nothing particularly new. Let's check out, how about oscillators? For this purpose, I'm gonna switch to initial sound. Where do I... Gain matching is needed. Wait a second. Yeah, we are gain matched now. We can tweak the oscillators a bit. Okay, so it's absolutely the same oscillator. Am I wrong? Yeah, I didn't tweak them like identically, but this is the same oscillator. I think nothing happened there. No upgrade in this department. What about filter? Is there any difference in filtering? Sounds a bit juicier, I think, when it's kind of closed. If there is any difference, it's really minor. I'm not sure. Maybe we're gonna add some, for example, LFO or envelope. There's something more organic, a bit more juicy about the new version of a filter. It's very subtle, but I think they have reworked filter, which is a cool thing. Guys, let's move forward. Effects section. Is there any change out there? Effects section. There were 8, yes, 8 of them as far as I remember. And the new version offers, first of all, 2 insert effects per layer. Yes, and same 8 effects. Probably they're absolutely the same. Tremolo. And again, I have to click here into the deeper editing options for the parameter. So it's not like a one screener. I have to get deeper sometimes in the menus, sub-screens to dig it. It's a trade-off, as I said. The first version was a bit more too clunky, crowded on the panel. This one is a bit cleaner, but I have to click more. So Same good. It's both approaches got their advantages and disadvantages, actually. And I don't mind. I can work with both. This is the same effect section. I just got 2 insert effects instead of 1. While talking about master effects, I also have reverb, delay, and chorus, which are probably exactly the same. No. The reverb is different, definitely more earlier reflections in the new version. Okay, cool to know. I'm not gonna dig deeper into this, but there are some tweaks in the reverb algorithm, probably. Then delay, well, delay is a simple thing, so I don't suspect anything. Maybe it's not the change in the effect, but maybe it's just the send level that changed. Let's send it to 0, like it was 100% maybe. It's the same algorithm. Similar, but not the same. And you can send more of it to the master effects, which is a difference, I think, from the previous version. Number 3, chorus. Sounds the same to me. I'm not gonna dig deeper into it. So there is some more significant rework in the effect section. I've got 2 slots for insert effects. I've got reworked reverb, kind of, and I can send more from the channels to the sends on the master mixer. Okay, what's next? Performance. People were kind of unhappy with how LuSH-101 performed, eating up a lot of CPU. I mean, I always had a beast in the studio, like a really strong PC with top CPU memory and stuff. But let's see how many instances of this can I handle. Eight tracks consume around 50%. Like, of course, DAW and stuff, everything now consumes 50%. I'm not gonna make it any longer, any more extended. I know that I stopped at 50% of my CPU load meter in my DAW. Let's see how LuSH-2 performs. So I've got 16 tracks of the same preset, and it's at least twice more efficient for the CPU. As you could see, I didn't even reach 50% load. While having 16, I reached 50% of load with 8 of the previous LuSH-101. So yes, this is an improvement, a welcome one for the users of LuSH-101. That's for sure, guys. And there's also this topic called Other. And yes, we're going to check out one thing, because we've got some presets. And I'm wondering whether these presets are the same for both versions. As far as I can hear, the presets are exactly one-to-one ported from the previous version, which makes me think this is the same synth engine, absolutely the same synth engine, with some visual rework and maybe some SFX rework, plus CPU optimization, visual facelifting, same oscillator, maybe a bit richer filter, like a bit more juicy, I would say. Then effects reworked a bit to insert effects. Maybe reverb algorithm is a bit different. Then CPU optimization, and then the presets are the same, plus more presets in the new version. Is it worth the upgrade still? Let's sum the things up. Will I go for this upgrade for 45 euro? My answer is no, I won't. Because don't get me wrong, these are cool new features. There are no new features. These are cool facelifts and cool optimizations, but I don't rely heavily on LuSH-101 in my productions. I would upgrade if I relied on this synth in many productions and I had like a couple of instances. Because CPU optimization is the thing here. Finally, they did it, and for me this is the most important thing. So if you're a heavy user of LuSH-101, you should consider this upgrade. All the rest is kind of minor. I have to tell you, is it worth 45? If it was 19 or 29, yeah, I would say I'm gonna go for it anyway. If it's 45, well, I have to consider this. But please remember one thing, everything I'm saying here is aimed at people who already own LuSH-101. If your question would be, should I buy this synth if I don't own it? Yes, my answer is totally yes. It's a great machine for many reasons. And yeah, that's gonna be my final conclusion. Upgrading, consider it twice. Buying it, all the way. So now I'm gonna maybe still tweak some of it because I forgot almost that I own it, and it's easy to squeeze some really juicy, nice sounds out of it. Thank you. Take care. See you soon.